What you know about mining down in the deep? When your wood runs out, you can call that absent trees. When these spiders run too much, throw these mobs a slowness potion. Yeah, I feel like an axolotl in the ocean. Ay, what you know about mining down in the deep? When your wood runs out, you can call that absent trees. When these spiders run too much, throw these mobs a slowness potion. Yeah, I feel like an axolotl in the ocean. She say that I'm new, damn straight. I can't crack the stoop, that's true. I play with high FOV. Ay, I wanna join Dream SMP. She keeps stealing my weeds. I'ma kill all her sheep. Y'all don't really know your redstone. Try blast mining, just got our beds blown. Invermouse, fancy clouds, biome blend all the way down. See, I like building with brown. See, I got reeds I won't drown. Didn't know how to tame a fox or make laser caught up blocks. XP up, got enchant my plate. I'ma kill everything in this raid. What you know about mining down in the deep? When your wood runs out, you can call that absent trees. When these spiders run too much, throw these mobs a slowness potion. Yeah, I feel like an axolotl in the ocean. Ay, what you know about mining down in the deep? When your wood runs out, you can call that absent trees. When these spiders run too much, throw these mobs a slowness potion. Yeah, I feel like an axolotl.
afternoon. I had to think of the day. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, and I thought I'll bring you outside because hey, it's still summer. I've got kind of like BLT sandwich. So I've got bacon, lettuce, tomato, of course, an egg, like an omelette. Just basic omelette with a little bit of cream, and some homemade mayo. I ran out of lettuce, so one of the sandwiches, I think it's this one, has actually kale on one layer. Yeah. Anyway, some salt and vinegar crisps. And what else? A beer. Anyway, can't wait to eat. I'm super starving. Let's eat. That's what I call an aggressive pour. Tomatoes also homegrown by my wife. Cheers.
What's your emergency?
There's a woman. There's a body.
A woman's body, sir?
She's here. But not all of her. Not all of her.
Calm down, sir. Can you tell me if the woman is breathing?
She has her tail. She has no face.
I'm Ingrid Mendoza, and you're in Killer Country. This week, we're diving into the bizarre death of Mirabel Diaz. Mirabel dreamed of becoming a Hollywood actress, but trapped in the small seaside town of Mystic Bay, Florida, her options were limited. She'd book an occasional used car commercial or a clown at a child's birthday party. But legitimate opportunities were few and far between. Eventually, however, Mirabel found a path to acting in an unexpected place, Wild Tides Water Park. There, Mirabel donned a long silver tail and a shimmering tube top. 5 days a week, rain or shine, she'd swim in a massive glass tank, smiling at tourists and posing for pictures. At Wild Tides, Mirabel became Miss Mirabel, the magic mermaid of Mystic Bay. Then, on August 24th, 2012, everything changed. Hurricane Braden tore through Mystic Bay, destroying 65 homes, 34 Shake Shacks, and leaving at least one person missing: Mirabel Diaz. Frank Wild, the longtime owner of Wild Tides Water Park, was among the last to see her alive.
She was a pretty red. Some say she had web feet. She never wanted to talk. Now, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but she was a little cold. Snobby, you might say. When the hurricane was coming, I told her, hey, sweetie, you can stay with me. Because, you know, this place is a fortress. I got hurricane shutters, sandbags, the whole shebang. A bunker with a sauna, screening room, bowling alley. Yeah, regulation bowling alley, do you understand? Yeah, the real deal. Yeah, I told her. I got 2 months worth of beans. Yeah, all kinds of beans. Right? Black beans, kidney beans, pint-toe beans. lima beans, soybeans, jelly beans. Yeah, I was worried, because she lived all by herself. I owned the building she lived in, and I knew it was, I knew she wouldn't have beans. But she told me she'd be okay on her own. Yeah, maybe if she just stayed at my place. You wonder what might have been. But she said no, she didn't even like beans.
I spoke with Frank at his home over 3-bean salad. From where we sat on an expansive back patio festooned with marble statues of dolphins, women, and dolphin women, we could see the very top of Wild Tide's Megalodon Mecha Twister. It's a massive water slide, just over 100 feet tall, that shoots park visitors into the waiting jaws of a fiberglass megalodon.
Please, this park employs half the damn town easily. We added that big slide, the friggin' orcas. It's a sight to see, especially the mermaids. And Mirabelle, well, she was the most popular one. You really just never think of something happening to a girl like that in a place like this. Well, except for that time when those kids got eaten during the alligator parade. Or the time the clowns went feral. Or that time when the old guy...
Behind us, something bumps. Hard. Against a glass wall.
don't mind her. That's cannellini. Here, girl. Come here. Come on, sweet bean.
Frank Wild, heir to the Wild Bean Company fortune, is an avowed animal lover. His home, a concrete monolith rising from the steaming marsh, includes a massive glass pyramid teeming with all sorts of aquatic marvels, including, most notably, a 6-foot albino alligator named Cannellini. He also owns a narwhal, 7 dolphins, roughly 16 flamingos, 3 tigers, 7 pythons, a wild boar, and several ostriches. Most are named after beans. Frank goes on.
I used to have a whole mess of macaws, too. But every hurricane, more of them escaped. Sometimes I still see them flying over the house. I guess they wanted to be free. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, she was a nice girl. Sometimes. And it's a shame what happened.
Jessa Lynn Garcia, another mermaid at Wild Tide's water park, remembers Mirabelle a bit differently.
She was just sweet as pie. She really was. And such a pretty little thing. For a brunette? Except for the gills. She was always giving me real nice tips, about what to do with my clothes or my hair. She'd come up to me while we'd be putting our tails on and say something like, "Oh, Jessalyn, you would look so good as a blonde." Or, "Oh, Jessalyn, don't go to that Shake Shack on August 24th. I had a vision." And, she was always the second runner-up at pageants. Almost Miss Key Lime Pie. Almost the Orange Blossom Queen. Almost Ambassador to Kazakhstan. And people don't realize it, but it takes a lot of character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, I admired Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know, my children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have. So. Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over till she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer. Oh, so gifted. I was never like that. I mean, everyone's different. Some of us are more into the artistry of it all. I'm a Wild Tides water park mermaid because I believe it's important to provide families with wholesome, all-ages entertainment at an affordable price. But others, they like the attention. Not that I'm blaming her for what happened. Gosh, no. She was a nice person. She didn't deserve that. Not at all. You just never think something like that would happen in a teeny little teensy-weensy town like Mystic Bay. I mean, besides that time that poor boy was pushed into that hydraulic press, or that old man who spontaneously combusted in the Publix parking lot. But other than that, you just never think of bad stuff happening here. It was so sad what happened to her. Of course, we all suspected Jared. He was weird. He followed her around like a puppy. A weird puppy.
Mirabelle's disappearance left a mark on the minuscule town of Mystic Bay,
today's
with
guided
search missions
meditation
tampered
session.
by downed power
I'm so
lines
glad
and
you're
felled
here.
trees. As days
For the
turned
next
into
20
weeks,
minutes,
the town's
I'll be
optimism
guiding you
began
towards
to
seeking
fade.
peace in
That
times of
said,
chaos.
losing hope is something of
I
a
invite
custom
you
for
to find a
residents of Mystic
comfortable
Bay.
position,
For
be it in
years,
a
competing theme parks,
chair,
virus
on the
outbreaks,
floor,
daylight savings, and
or on
a
a cushion.
quickly shifting culture led to a downturn in
Be sure
park
to
numbers.
sit up straight.
Hey, come on
Your
now.
arms
Wild Tides is
resting
still
comfortably
top
on your lap.
quality. Some of the
Your
best damn
arms
entertainment
facing
in the
down.
state. I don't care what anyone thinks,
If
right?
you're seated in a chair,
But the fact of the
I
matter
invite you
is,
to place both feet
kids don't
firmly
go for
on
that
the
anymore.
ground.
Yeah, they'd rather be on their phone
If you're seated on the floor
playing,
or
Candy
on a
Crush
cushion,
or
I
Roblox
encourage you to
Adopt
position
Me,
yourself in such a way
Real
that
dot
you
fun
feel
and at a
fully
park with their
grounded
folks.
and supported.
So people stopped coming.
I'll give you a few
And then,
more seconds
of course,
to find a position
that's
that's
when they
right
found
for
me.
you.
Or what was left of her.
What was left of Mirabelle was found by Jared
Ready?
Holt on November
Let's
15th,
begin.
2012, 3 months after
You can
she went
close your
missing.
eyes, or just
That's
let
his
your
voice
vision
you heard in the
gradually
911 call
soften.
at the top of the episode.
Whichever is
She
best
has
for
her
you.
tail. She
Let's
she
start
has
by
no face.
focusing on our breath.
When Chipko County police arrived at the scene,
There may be
they
other
discovered
things
a
vying for your
grisly
attention.
sight.
Sound,
Mirabelle Diaz,
smell,
lodged in the jaws of the Megalodon
traffic,
mega twister, her mermaid
children,
tail curled daintily beneath her
pets,
on the ancient beast's pink
keyboards
fiberglass
clicking,
tongue. The park's
footsteps
earliest
down the hall,
attendees, a group of school children
hydraulic
from the
presses,
St. Brendan the Navigator Institute for
the
Marine
hum
Biology,
and drone
followed
of
Jared's
electrical
gaze,
appliances.
the park's famed mermaid staring back at
If
them.
the sound or
That
the
is,
thought should
if
try
she
to
could
pull
have
your
stared
attention
back.
away,
Jessalyn Garcia remembers
just
the day
softly bring your
vividly.
focus
Oh,
back
he was
to
all
your
cat and tonic when he first saw her. Like he couldn't move
Now,
or blink or
Let's
say a
breathe in
single
for 3
word.
counts.
Oh, poor
Line your
thing.
chest
He just
and
stood
belly
there,
to expand
looking into the hole
fully.
where her face had been. And it was all sunk in.
That's
pit.
good.
No offense to
Now
Mirabelle,
hold
but
your breath
I
for
think
3
it was
counts.
the worst I've ever seen her look. And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's what's so sad
Well
about
done.
it. November is always
Next,
a slow month.
release
The
your
water's
breath
cold, the
with
sun sets
an
early.
audible
It's peak
sigh
season for the
for
flesh-eating
6
algae that
counts.
sometimes grows on the
Ready?
lazy river inner tubes. But we lost so much money because of the storm that we were all just so excited for the park to open back up again. And someone had just
Very
up and
good.
shoved poor little
Now,
old Mirabelle into the
let's
big
do
old
that
shark's
again.
mouth. How's that for taking the
Breathe
steak
in.
right out of your popsicle?
1,
Now, Jessalyn had a pretty good idea of who was responsible.
and hold.
But first,
1, 2, 3.
speaking
now
of
gently
popsicles,
breathe out
when's
with
the
a
last
sigh.
time you enjoyed a mouthful of fresh, home-cooked food? Between work and errands, there's never time
Good.
to cook a proper meal.
One last time.
That's where Dinner Dash
Focus
comes
on the
in.
breath.
Dinner Dash
How it
is a
feels
weekly meal
in
delivery
your
service
life.
focused on
And
fresh,
how it feels
organic
flowing
ingredients
out
with
back
recipes
into the
chosen
world.
by real chefs. Best
There is
of all,
always
Dinner Dash
stillness
meals
to be found
never
in
expire.
the
Using our
peace
secret
and the
technology,
chaos.
we have made eggs that last forever. Get 20% off your first Dinner Dash weekly meal kit with code KILLER20. Dinner Dash, meals that are eternal. Back to the case.
1,
Here's Jessa Lynn.
Now, the first thing you gotta understand about Mystic Bay is that it's a small town.
Wonderful.
Real small.
Now that you've begun to
So
relax,
everyone knows
let's
everyone
continue
here.
to bring your
I went to
focus
school with
further
Jared and Mirabelle, worked alongside them
If your
here at the park.
experience a
And
distracting
Jared,
thought,
well, I
just
can say
let it
this, right? Because I
pass.
know him.
Work,
He's probably just about the
errands,
worst mascot we've
obligations.
ever had.
Summer doesn't let
The
them
only
all
reason he
fall
kept his
away.
job is because
Just
no one else
quietly
wanted to wear the
bring your
costume.
focus back
And when I
to your
say he
breathing.
wanted to wear the costume, I
your
mean
body.
he really wanted to wear
Your
the
breath
costume.
is your
Like,
anchor.
really.
It is your peace
Like,
in times of chaos.
Not in
Whenever
a
you stray or become distracted,
God-honoring way.
just return to your breath. Now,
Jared
I want you
Holt
to
had
picture
dressed
the
as
words on
Wild
top of your head
Tide's
with
water
the sounds of
park's
your feet.
iconic
Follow the
mascot,
string in your mouth.
Manny the
Now,
Manatee,
remember your arms
since
down,
dropping
bring
out of
the body.
Mystic Bay
Now,
High
each
School
one to
in
relax.
1999. His costume consisted of a massive suit carved of fleece and foam, complete with flippers, a floppy headpiece, and Manny's signature orange flip-flops. All told, the costume weighed in at a staggering 140 pounds and was said to have reached internal temperatures of up to 100 degrees, 310 Kelvin in the searing Florida heat.
As you move down, you can
Past
relax your
Manny
breath,
the
letting your
Manatees
eyes
have been
soften.
recorded passing
Let
out from
tension
the
build up.
extreme
Mail.
temperature,
Down the cheek.
including
Here
one
we go.
Manny who, in 1973,
Mail.
collapsed
Crunch it
face first into a child's
Hey,
birthday
come on,
cake,
y'all.
and another
Come
who,
on, let's go.
in
I need you right here.
1995, became partially baked
Crunch
with
it down.
green soup while conducting
Hey.
a water safety demonstration at the park's wave
Let's
pool.
work out. Come on.
For
Give me
years,
three
Wild
knees.
Tide's
Give
water
them
park
up.
officials did
Three,
not find
two,
workers
one.
willing to
Switch
put
it
on
up.
the suit.
3. Now go back to those crunches. Crunch it That's the down. design? 4. Come on. No. 3. Let's go. How did the 2. Come on.
mail.
3.
You've got mail.
Knees. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. Switch it up. 3, 2. Corner knee. We're gonna kind of build that project as we go. All right. Let's go. United States of America. Go. And to make Now a crunch true it down. man Keep going back to the top. referred to Adding a as move as we go. Out of here we go. 3 knees. Count it down. That's the second 3, closest he ever got to it. 1. Switch it up. 3. What's the move? Corner knee. Don't worry. You don't have to remember it. I normally call it out. I always call it out. But that's a personal thing. Corner curl. That leg curl. And Come manatee on. up. Let's go. Change the Back suit. to those crunches. Crunch it Get down. me with this. 4. Don't
could
quit on
smell
me.
the soup
3.
before
Don't
you
stop
saw
on me.
it.
2.
I'd say it was
Let's go.
closest to-
3 knees.
You ever had
Count it
Florida-style
down.
pizza?
3.
Well,
2.
you take a
1.
handful of
There you
saltine
go.
crackers and sort of
3,
spread them out on a
2.
paper plate with
Corner
spray
curl.
cheese, turtle jerky, and a
If you get
little
some
bit
of
of
the
gas
movements
station
messed
pickle,
up,
and a
You've
sprinkle
got
of
mail.
oil.
You've got
Now
mail.
we're
Just leave it out
adding
for a
your
little bit
side
there, let
leg.
the sunshine do its magic,
Side
and
leg.
voila,
You've
you got
got
yourself a
mail.
meal.
Side
Now,
leg.
it's delicious,
Side leg.
but you're only smelling it for
crunch it
about a
down.
mile, 2 miles
4.
out if the wind
Come on.
is right.
3.
Chad, let's take a look at this video.
Come on.
was told
3
to watch
knees.
it.
Count
Manny
it
the
down.
Manatee
3,
smells
2,
sort of like that.
1. Switch
Like
it up.
Florida-style
3.
pizza. Or rotten broccoli.
Despite the suit's
Corner
numerous
knee.
downsides,
It's up.
there was one
Hey.
person more than willing
Come
to
on, y'all.
go the
Let's
route
work
of
out. How are they even doing that? Corner curl.
Got mail.
He strayed from the
You've
light of
got
the Lord.
mail.
I can tell
Let's
you that
go.
much for nothing.
Is that like a
With
Come on, what you got
divine
next?
world record?
He had a lot of
Side leg. Pick it up.
occasions.
Boom.
He was
Boom.
I met with Jared Holt at
Now,
the Chipco
step.
County Jail. It's a
Step.
small, peach-colored structure across from a former Sears turned
That's
Spirit
insane.
Halloween.
I first learned about it
Step.
online.
Watch out.
I've always liked to draw.
Come on, we come.
You've got mail.
That's
You've got
insane.
mail.
Begin. Step. 4. Step. Come on.
Funny animals.
Back
Or
to
animals
the
with
top.
like
Crunch it down.
bazooka arms. Just funny stuff, you know? Whatever pops into my head.
Okay, close.
Knees up.
Maybe I'll draw a manatee with big muscles
Let's
and
go,
bazooka
Step.
arms.
Let's go.
Or maybe I'll feel
Give
more
me
like
3
drawing a
knees.
bazooka
Count
that
'em
shoots
down.
out manatees
3,
with, you know, really huge
2,
muscles.
1.
There's a lot of
Switch it up.
symbolism there if you think
3,
about it.
You've done this
2.
too?
Corner knee.
You have to think about it.
You've got
I have
mail.
a real respect for all
knee.
sides.
Why is your head so block shaped? It's not block
Animals
shaped.
like manatees and dugongs, by the way.
Come on, talk to me.
Sirenian.
Come on, I see
that.
you.
Come on, time to get out for a day.
Like a mermaid.
Side
You
legs.
know, they think sailors invented mermaids because they saw manatees out in the water.
You've got mail.
I asked Jared
You've got
whether his
mail.
appreciation for Sirenians
Come on,
You've got mail.
extended
You've
to
got mail.
go quiet.
Step. 4.
You've got mail.
Let's go. Step.
No.
I don't think of it.
Floor now, knee
She was
straddle.
pretty sure.
Corner, knee straddle. Turn.
She was a friend to me.
Corner, knee straddle. Let's do it again. Knee
After all, she was the
straddle.
one pulling
Knee
out of that
straddle.
pool ring.
Hey,
The
come on, let's
incident to
go.
which Jared is
Come
referring
on.
occurred
Now
in
push it
June
down.
2001.
You're breathing
Has
heavy.
become a local
You're sweating.
legend around the
So I
murder
can't
scene.
share. I only got
Good to go.
enough for me.
Okay?
Holt,
But control your
19,
breathing.
had gone on break.
Control your workout.
Like
Let's
many
go.
Wild Tide Water Park
Couple more
workers,
punches.
fighting the
4,
miasmic heat of a June afternoon,
3,
can after can of fluorescent yellow alcoholic
there.
energy drinks,
2,
he
let's
suffered
go.
a
3 knee.
How long is this?
3,
against park
2, I'm also
police.
crazy.
He stripped off his heavy mascot
3,
suit and,
2, 3 knees
accompanied
again.
by several other intoxicated parties,
I could probably do
dove
this.
into
1.
the inviting
Hey,
aqua-colored
come on.
waters
Now
of
corner knee.
You've got mail. If I wasn't
Jessa Lynn,
busy, I would
like
do this.
nearly everyone else in the
Come on, I'm
unbelievably
busy.
tiny
You guys know
towns
I'm
Mr.
count with
Fay
me.
has heard
5, count with me.
detail of what
You've got
4,
mail.
come on.
afternoon.
You've got mail.
3, come on. 2,
You've got
Stars
mail.
in heavens.
Don't say I'm unemployed. I'm very
down.
my job.
With the customers.
I'm working right now.
7, come on.
I'm literally working right now. I'd go to
6 more.
to the bathroom one second. This is a job. I'm working.
5, come on.
Corn dogs on the water slide to putting their bits
4,
and pieces
come
in
on.
the
3, 2 more. 2,
And then there's the
3
fact
knees. Get 'em up.
that
Let's go.
manatee manatee should
3,
never be seen
2,
in a costume.
1, switch it up.
Mail.
It
3,
scares the little children to see
corner
a black
knee.
and human man wearing nothing but swim trunks and a manatee
7,
mascot head.
squeeze.
It's
6,
unnatural.
come on.
And then, of
5,
course,
you
there's
got
the
it.
prophecy.
4, come on.
That's the third thing.
3, come on.
First,
2, don't leave me hanging. Corner curl.
You've got
When
mail.
it comes to looking out for your future, do you know who to trust?
You've got mail.
Invest in your tomorrow.
7, come on.
What I made.
6, I got
Today,
you.
with Chipco
Five,
County
one more.
Bank and
You've
Loan.
got mail.
With Chipco County Bank and Loan, you can rest assured
Oh my
your
God!
money is working
I missed
as
a lot.
hard as you
Last
are using
2.
the power of
What we got next?
state-certified psychic
Side
accountants.
leg.
Astrological
8.
accounting harnesses the
7.
power
Hit
of the
'em up.
planets to grow
5.
your wealth astronomically.
Come
Open
on.
an account today
got
and receive
mail.
a complimentary framed birth chart.
4,
Aries in your second house,
3.
Pisces in your eighth.
2.
It's no matter.
Hey,
Chipco
Elsa.
County Bank and Loan,
Step.
even
Floor.
Gemini placements
Step.
can look
Don't
forward to
Stay
financial
chill. I like that. That's my favorite drink in the whole world.
If you'll
I'm not a
visit
sellout.
30
Floor.
days, you
Step.
can
Look at that.
receive an extra
got
$50
mail.
cash
I like
bonus
it.
just
got
for
mail.
signing up.
Knee strap.
Chipco County Bank and Loan.
You've got mail.
We'll have you
Come on, let's
seeing
work.
stars. And now, back to the case.
Woo! Come on, y'all.
the
Knee strap.
prophecy, as everyone knows,
Let's go.
foretells the
Come on.
return of a creature
Now.
known only
Cross
as
it
the
over.
anomaly.
Bring it
Its
back.
name,
Apparently,
like the
3
other
knees.
human
Set.
tongues,
These guys the best
and
you ever do.
minds can
2,
only
cross it
conceive
over.
of its form. And the anomaly starves for the flesh of
Bring it back.
non-believers.
3 knees. Hey.
Like clockwork,
3,
it
2,
returns.
cross it over.
God, that
Bring
was
it back.
close.
Those
You've
arms.
got
This,
mail.
right?
That was.
What happens
You've got mail.
is
3 knees.
you hold
You
on
get those
to the
arms up, you can work a little harder. I believe. What you put in
murmurs, Miss
is
May.
what you get out.
You heed the dang on.
Now crunch it down. Come on. That is a great opportunity.
That's gotta hurt. Yeah, I feel like that does.
Being able to
You've got mail.
do somebody somewhere can't do it. Come on.
I guess, you know, I thought I'd be okay. And I got
8,
stuck in the pool drink.
7, come on.
Well, I mean, just like
6,
part.
And it was none other than Mirabel
4,
Diaz who saved
believe
Jared
in
from
you.
developing the same
Come
pelvic
on, let's
vestige
go.
as his beloved
Don't bring up the price of the cookies.
She dove right in and pulled me out by the manatee head.
Chat, focus on the video.
I was just stood by the edge of the pool
Count it with
yelling,
me. 6, come on.
5,
come on.
And
I
Mirabel,
can hear you through that screen. Come on.
she saved my life.
Let's go.
back to Jessa Lynn.
3 knees.
They said he came out of that pool drain with a pop
1. That's it.
like that.
3,
And I
2.
mean,
Do it
it
again.
was
3
the good
knees.
thing he didn't drown Dingle
Two.
If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be an athlete.
2, corner knee.
Your universe
You've got mail.
diamond
I'd be an athlete.
Touch that knee. Hey, touch that knee.
No.
Hey,
I know what sport.
give me 8
as the
more.
anomaly.
Maybe like
Critical hit.
badminton for a sprinter.
Jared and Mirabelle were
Let's
said
go.
to be in sync.
Let's go.
The beautiful mermaid always followed closely by the familiar scent of
Time for your
smoked
leg
used
curls.
foam.
At first,
gotta
it was
keep
just
your-
really that I was grateful.
Critical
It
hit.
wasn't ever
Kick
exactly
that
nice
butt.
to me before that. She'd never so much as looked in my direction.
Critical
Mermaids and mascots,
Seven.
I don't look,
Come on.
you know,
6.
so I
like
sort of
someone with
helped her.
degenerative muscular disease. I don't even know
Get
what
up.
She had her
that was.
Let's go. Four.
Although I
Come on.
wanted to be the secret, she said no, she was the secret. I couldn't have any Funyuns.
Step. Don't quit yet.
But mostly we got along surprisingly great. I even drew a picture of her as a muscly
I know it's a fact, by the way. I'm very
She
athletic.
said it was
Come on.
dumb,
What you said?
but
Knees up.
I can
Come
prove
on.
it.
Jared
What you
begins
say?
to sob.
Knees up.
As I give him
Come
a
on.
moment to
Come on.
compose himself,
What you
I
say?
have a heart rate.
Knees
I
up.
fact,
It
Mirabelle
goes
Diaz
step.
had on
Floor.
such
right now.
Knees up. Come on. Step. Floor.
is a girl.
Straddle with it.
Great.
What ballet does she have beyond her first run of
Corner, knee
to Frank?
straddle.
She was a pretty face.
Corner, knee
Perhaps
straddle.
not so different from the orcas and the nurse sharks. To Jessalyn, she was a
Corner
hit.
hit.
Corner hit.
on the horizon.
You're supposed to wet the band. I'm not spitting on myself.
Savior, Arby's,
2. Cross it over.
complicated mixture of
Sweat with
things
me.
like so many
Sweat
of
with
his
me.
garments.
Come on. Come on. Let's do it
Wipes
again.
away his tears
Cross
with
it
the
over.
My heart rate.
Bring it back.
she said
3
the drawing was
knees.
super
Sweat with
dumb.
me.
I think she even
3.
laughed at me.
Can't stop.
It hurt, I guess.
Can't
A lot.
quit. Can't
When I
stop.
went to clear out her
Come on.
locker,
3.
you know, after vomiting on the slide,
Down.
I saw it. There it was, taped to the
It's
inside of
hard
her
for the
locker.
heart rate to detect
Feel
a
that?
hole in my
Like she had
chest.
in
That's a
there.
sense of accomplishment.
That changed
We also have a heart of
something in
gratitude.
That's when I decided
And we
I
are
could
also
hire her
sweating.
to
Check out how low my heart rate
be a detective. Like a dugong detective.
Afraid it is.
A siren.
I'm not afraid to
A
sweat with you.
manatee
Come
on
on,
a mission.
knees
I found
1 minute
that
on
I
those
solved
punches.
murder if it was the last thing I
Let's
did.
go.
With an audible sigh.
And as it
Come
turned
on.
out,
Come on. I
Jared
need
was
your knees
clearly
up.
adept at
Hey.
uncovering
Right
clues
knee.
and
Left
lies. But first,
Hey, come on. Right
Corner
knee. You
hit.
gotta get it up. Right knee.
You've got
board
mail.
home.
Level up.
You've got mail. You've got
Very
mail.
good. Very good.
At work,
You've
at
got
school,
mail.
at a wedding.
Left knee.
You've got
Come
mail.
on.
Because
Hey,
Meal.fun
30 more
has got you
seconds. Don't
covered
quit on.
with dozens of ways to
You've
choose
got
from.
mail.
Meal.fun is the internet's one-stop shop for home
You've got
entertainment
mail.
and life
Pull it right to that
enrichment.
chest.
One
You've
hour.
got mail.
Come on. Sound effects not included.
There is chaos.
Hour a day of
You have to wet it. It's not weird.
Go, come on.
It's not weird. I watched
And death itself in lab rats.
You can wait.
That's
my
right.
hand.
10 more
Just
seconds.
1
Let's do 4
hour
more.
of
Often.
Meal.fun
Almost
research
daily.
has been shown to stop
3.
father time and prevent
2.
aging.
Give me 3 knees. Let's go.
It's completely
3.
free and accessible right from your
Stop.
browser. Go download to
1 minute
Provider.
on those 3
Ask your
knees.
friends
Come
for
on.
permission
Yeah, that's
to
wrong.
log on today.
That is wrong.
And then
Cops arrived at the scene.
3.
I want to say
2.
like 3
1.
hours
Oh,
after.
that's
As a point of
breathing.
Maybe
principle.
master.
Apparently they were.
Well, I'm against that.
You've got
Look at
mail.
that heart rate. Tell me I'm not an
Yeah,
athlete.
Of course I know Mirabelle. And of course I know about the slide.
3. We got 2 more sets.
Critical.
It's a Manascata town.
You've got mail.
Real small. Everyone knows about the Megalodon Mega Twister.
3.
Shark's mouth.
We're
It's
going to
crazy
those
fun. But
corner
yeah,
knees.
we lose
Critical,
like, say,
critical,
7
critical.
four people on it every year. Like, literally lose.
It barely moved.
That's not just a turn of phrase.
All right,
We
here
go
we
down
go.
the slide and they never come
It
out.
barely moved.
Some say the
Corner
slide is a
knee.
portal to hell.
Right
Some
knee.
say it's
What
the
is- what is-
point of
what is
which
generally low
the
numbers
universe is
still?
actually
It's
used.
increasing.
All those lost screaming tourists
But
slide
still
off to
relatively
exist
low.
inside an alternate
Go.
self in a world
Knee.
slightly different
That's
from our own.
Knee.
And some say the entire
Impressive.
world
Many
is
people
built
would be
on the
impressed by
propagating
this.
Curl
anomaly.
cannot
Each
be
slide like an enormous fleshy tube that leads straight into the
For the next
beast's
20
dark,
minutes, I'll be guiding you towards
belly.
peace in time.
Here's the thing. It's actually gotten stuck in the shark's mouth.
Right knee.
Mirabelle was
It's
lodged
increasing now
between
because
two
I thought of
large
global
black
issues,
beasts.
not because of the school.
You can't
Right
reach
curl.
those teeth
Come
by
on,
sliding
30
down.
seconds.
Someone clearly put her there.
I think racism
Be sure to
and
sit up straight. Your arms
Jessalyn
resting.
Garcia is also
all forms of wrong.
the slide's unique
That's a funny thing, really.
I don't say things because they're popular. I say them because I mean it.
On the ground.
Mirabelle actually lost
Knee.
her cousin
Into
Rocky
that.
on that very
Right
same
into
spot.
that knee.
I remember
Last set.
because I was there. We all
Knee.
were.
Would you to position
Hot
yourself?
Knee.
summer day, real hazy.
Curl. Now
Some
crunch
kids
it
brought
down.
Florida-style pizza into the park, dropping saltines
You've
and
got
spray
mail.
cheese everywhere. It was a
How
whole
we
mess.
doing?
Rocky
Come
was
on,
up at the
talk
top
to
of the
me.
slide, hollering something
You've
Now
got
down.
we're going to those side legs.
Holes
We're
is
gonna
what
do
I
30
think he said.
seconds.
You've
Now,
got
mind you,
mail.
I'm just quoting him
Side
because I
leg.
believe in accuracy. I never really
Let's begin.
talk like that.
Side leg.
Just so you know.
Close your eyes.
Side
I'm just
leg.
going up because I made a really good
Slid
sandwich.
down the megalodon mega twister.
I'm going to do 3
In a
sides
mega sort of way, and
on these.
Whichever is best for you.
It's from Italy.
yelling all sorts of colorful
Three,
language,
two,
and then
3 side legs.
we never saw him again. And that's just how the
2, 1.
Now, there may be other things vying for your attention.
slide is. Like I said, if the anomaly does something,
Just like the 3 knee count.
You've got mail.
no
1.
matter
Good.
what.
Are you
got
racist
mail.
against
doesn't
Italian
hide
people?
all secrets, and one more would soon come to
Catch on
light.
fast. Do it again.
That's not even really a race.
Who exactly
yeah.
placed
One,
Mirabelle
switch it up.
Diaz inside the
You've
Megalodon
got
Mega
mail.
Twister's
Give me
twisted
14 more
metal?
seconds. Now crunch it down.
Critical hit.
Now, let's breathe in for
We're
3.
near the end.
Allow your
Would hold up a second smaller sign, like the main sign spinner would spin a sign
You've got
saying,
mail.
2-for-1 drinks all night.
Come on now.
And the chimp would
With this
spin one
next
saying,
one, we're going to do an L step
you're gonna need
on
it.
each side.
And I guess they got it. Took it too far.
1,
Topless don't mean faceless.
2,
You've got mail. You've got mail.
3.
But
Switch
anyway,
it up.
the
Come
coast
on.
was clear. The cops were busy
You've got
trying to
mail.
find handcuffs tiny enough for the chimp. So I
got
called them
mail.
to the shark mouse, and that's what
3.
we saw.
Switch
What
it up.
Jared found within the fiberglass
One.
shark's
How
glossy
do you have
massive
your
jaws
age
would
on
change
screen?
the entire course of the investigation.
2. Oh, man. 3.
Obviously, my
Get up.
age wouldn't be
Shark mouth
increasing.
found
1.
purple sparkles.
So it wouldn't be that high of a
Never
number.
wore a
You've got
silver
mail.
sequin tube top. Purple?
You've got
That
mail.
color was worn by a different mermaid entirely.
Floor count.
It wouldn't be that high. I don't look that old.
You've got mail.
That orange blossom lady.
3. Come on, 30 seconds.
You've got mail.
Kill her.
You've got mail.
Me.
Read out the design.
Okay, now think about that for just
You've
one
got
little
mail.
bit of moment.
You've
I
got
weigh
mail.
100 pounds soaking wet.
Knees up. 3.
You've got mail.
Last
You've
set.
got
Come
mail.
on.
Could I possibly murder Mirabelle Diaz?
Corner
Carry her through the megalodon mega twister surrounding fence and then raise her up about 30 feet above the ground, honeydew.
There is always stillness. to be
I could
found
never
here.
do it.
Corner
Kill her anyway.
3.
With these
Crunch it
knives.
down. Amazing job.
Jared about
Amazing. Let that
could
hurt.
Jessalyn or anyone for that matter have lifted Mirabel Diaz into the jaws of the giant megalodon.
Come on down.
As it
Don't
turns
hold
out,
it back.
his investigation
Don't hold it back. Now we got the knee straddle. We're going to take it all the way around.
theory.
And we're going to keep doing the straddle.
Jessalyn didn't put her there. The orcas did.
Achievement unlocked.
Critical hit.
Chad,
Here we go. 3,
I've drawn enough
2,
muscular orcas
knee
with
straddle.
bazookas to
Friends
know they are
forever.
incredibly
Take it
strong.
around. Let's go.
And I know that the orcas
Drop it quick, Ron Brown. Friends forever.
that an
Go.
enterprising orca
30
could
seconds.
conceive of
Knee
flip the
straddle.
body through the air in such a way that it lands. You
I'm
guessed
just lying. I don't even have.
Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical
the orca tank. Now, there are
All
several
right.
reasons.
Critical hit.
This was for all levels. You
Or
ball
maybe
hard.
he was trying to play with her and accidentally killed
All right,
her.
let's watch
This
this.
happens all the time.
Pushing yourself.
Or maybe the orcas had enough of
going
human
against
stuff
that
in their
grain.
Take video again and do it every day until he dies. See you guys.
sunburned snowbirds.
All right.
Snap.
Chad, let's take a look at that.
Orcas are simply agents of the
Yo, I
unknown.
was told
The
to
soft universe within their
Four
animal
times.
bodies
Watch
is uniquely
it.
attuned to the movements of
Four.
the hidden world beneath our
Corner hit. Corner
Perhaps the
hit.
anomaly knew that Mirabel had saved him
Now
in the
give me
way
3 knees.
hated
Come on. 3 corners.
revenge to
Chad,
the
how are they even doing?
4,
We'll never truly know.
3.
But the real
Come on.
question is, how did
2.
Mirabel get in the
Now
tank?
give me
Why
3
was she
knees.
near it to begin with? Well,
Is that like a world record?
pushed her
2.
in.
Crunch it down. We're going to do those crossovers again.
I would have tried to find
gotta
out more,
cross
but
over
that's when the
4.
security guard came back from the
Bring it back to
bathroom
3
and,
knees.
well,
Come on.
now I'm here.
Start to get
At the
tired.
jail.
That's insane.
Question we still
You
haven't
want to give up? Remember why
That's
you started
insane.
space, and that's going
Why
to
was it
motivate
pushed in?
Corner
Wouldn't do
hit.
that. Not even if it had a
to continue to
bazooka.
go. Here we go.
Ask
3,
Jessalyn
2,
about this
cross it over. 4,
Okay, close.
Corner hit.
of the crime scene.
Upgrade. Purchase. Critical hit.
3 knees. Come on.
Strange things, but
3, 2, cross it
strikes
over.
me as strange and
4,
more.
bring it back.
Not really.
3, come
There
on.
was a guy, I don't remember the name, who
Last one.
built a small castle for the neighborhood stray cats.
Upgrade.
Technically, it's a hoarding
Purchase
situation.
unlocked.
3 knees. 3, 2, crush it.
Why is your head so block shaped?
You
It's
could
not block.
smell cat
down.
rustle from about a mile
4,
away.
we're going to
He
go
was heading
every
downwind.
move. 3,
And there was a lady who kept setting fire.
Shape. Don't say that. Come on, time to get out for a day.
Isn't that
2,
weird, you know, in and of
3
itself?
knees. Count
She
it
said the
down.
fire is
3,
how she talked to the devil.
2, 1, switch it up.
Cosmetic
He told her to set up a death
unlocked.
practice.
3, 2, corner knee.
She was onto something.
Cosmetic
But anyway,
Leg.
unlocked.
I don't find it strong.
Curl, leg, curl.
Cosmetic
Come on, y'all.
unlocked.
Side leg, side.
People say strange things all the time. Orcas, tanks, that's none of my business.
Unable to find answers through Jared or Jessalyn, I visit the water park
Step.
on my own after
Step.
closing. It's
Floor.
dark. The air is
Corner hit.
thick.
Knee strap.
Animals are sleeping somewhere out in the city.
Straddle. You know the move on the end.
I read somewhere that orcas sleep with one hemisphere of their
No, I
brains.
can't share.
The other half
I only got over. 4,
Corner hit.
2, 3 knees. Count it down.
Critical hit.
3, 2, cross it over.
formed by the
Bring it back.
Mega Twister. It's true that it's close enough to the orca tank that a body might be thrown from one to another.
Cross it over.
I take pictures.
Get back. How long? 3 knees.
Carving figures
3,
into the wet
2,
western central
1.
Florida.
Fake. You so much for tuning in. I appreciate you rocking out with me. Let's stretch it out together.
I could probably do this.
Just beneath a photo stand where tourists can pose as if smiling from inside a shark's jaws.
If I wasn't busy, I would do
Glass
toes.
rectangle, just
That
beside
sweat
the
equity.
shark's painted
I'm busy. You
Don't
guys
have to be
know I'm
afraid of that
busy.
sweat.
Jessa Lynn's cell phone.
Earned it.
The Eden Pharmaceutical
Yeah, you're
logo
all.
tips me off. Back
Don't
in
say-
the motel room, I charge the phone.
I'm unemployed. I'm very. This is my job. I'm working.
You've got mail.
Excellent
Working
job.
right now. I'm literally working right now. I have to go to
Alive and waving. The palm
bathroom one
trees around
second.
her
But
are
this is a
glowing.
job. I'm
The
working.
storm will touch land in a
stretching.
few hours, but
Maybe a
for
5
now,
to 8
she
minute stretch
stays
before.
You've got mail.
And then, of course, the cool down.
Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical hit.
All the way down.
holding the phone.
You've got mail.
Here's audio from the video.
Okay, now if you turn like this, right to the left. Yeah, that way your chin won't look so really rough. Oh, that's right, pretty.
Make sure you tune in for the next workout with us. So you got to make sure you corner hit with TG. That's me. Peace.
Margarita, the face-ripping chimp, lands atop Mirabelle's windswept head, screaming. The murderous ape has transformed a novelty T-shirt into a sort of makeshift parachute.
What I missed.
The wind's just strong enough to flicker
Oh my
across
God!
the country
I missed a
teeny
lot.
tiny town of
Three.
Mystic Bay.
Crunch it down.
Mirabelle attempts to fight off the ape as Jessa
Hey,
continues
come on,
to
guys.
party.
Critical hit. Critical hit.
Drunk and driving.
Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical hit. Critical hit.
Crunch it
Three
down.
blonde women.
Hey,
My T-shirt.
let's work out. Come on.
Frank loses control of the golf cart
Critical
and makes
hit. Critical hit.
One, switch it.
Critical hit. Critical hit.
My favorite drink is Red Bull.
Nasty T-shirt in the air, where Mirabelle is then flipped into the air.
Tell out.
4, come on. 3, let's go.
You've got mail.
Critical hit. Critical
3,
hit.
please count it
You've
down.
got mail.
Directly into the smiling jaws of the murderer.
3, 2, 1, switch it up. 3, 2,
Corner hit.
corner knee. So we're gonna count it.
It features a large lizard in sunglasses.
Critical hit. Critical hit.
Apparently,
Corner hit.
Critical
hit.
Mystic Bay.
Let's go. Here we go. 3 knees.
Critical hit.
Let's count it down. 3,
Critical hit.
oh,
Critical hit. Corner hit.
Beautiful, beautiful girls.
1, switch it
oh,
up.
that was close.
Critical hit.
That was close.
Corner knee.
Critical hit.
Beautiful dead girl.
Critical hit.
Was the orange blossom queen, not her.
I normally call it out. I always
About to
call
get
it
a
out.
part in a real
Corner.
Hollywood, Florida
Curl.
production.
Is that leg curl? Come on.
Corner hit.
Well, I'm juggling 2 jobs to raise Brayden, Jaden, Caden, and
Let's
Aiden.
go.
It wasn't
Back to those
fair.
crunches. Crunch it down.
what you know about.
Like the night is never over. From tonight until the morning, I just wanna get to know you. I just want to, baby, get to know you.